everyone. Welcome to FMTrain.tv. I am Richard Carlton. I'm the creator of FMTrain.tv. How have you been watching Nick Hunter and some other people? Very exciting. Hopefully that's gone well. If you would like to give Nick Hunter a report card, a scorecard, we should build that today. We could build a Nick Hunter scorecard or report card. That'd be great. What we do every Friday is we're going to attempt to answer questions and or collectively all hold hands together and explore the Claris studio thing. And so the idea is for us to look at what they've done, try to understand what they've done. And so as some of you know, I bought a 5-pack of Claris Studio so you wouldn't have to. And we're experimenting with it, and they've added a couple neat things to it. It's pretty cool. But the problem is I just ran into a deal where I wanted to start fresh for the live TV show. So I deleted the views out of here. I deleted the hubs out of here. Views and hubs are not, they're abstract concepts that Claris decided to invent out of the blue. And so when you create a view automatically, a view is like a form, right? So the issue I'm having with Claris is that they've dumbed this down so much that it for anyone who has any sort of technical skills, you're going to be like confused and bewildered and very, very confused. So if I hit views right here, when you log into Claris Studio, if you buy it as of today, right now, this is what you see. You're going to see a Bandcamp registration with a Bandcamp dashboard. Fine. These are sample files with sample data in them, which is perfectly great. So if I say view and I say want to create a view, why don't we create a Nick report card form that we can all do? This would be great. So let's say Nick Hunter live stream report card. So what we get to do is you'll all be able to give Nick a grade. So if you want to put your stage name in here, I'm going to go ahead and delete that right there. Now notice I didn't create any tables or anything here, right? And so what happened a little bit ago is I deleted all the views, all the hubs out of here, but what the system does, it automatically creates this structure, these tables and fields underneath, but it never gets rid of them because they don't give us the ability to go into like field definitions or structure definitions or table definitions. And at the table, they don't want to use the word table in Claris Studio because that's like saying, would you like to buy a car? Yes, I'd like to buy a car. Well, let me tell you about the physics of how we mold the titanium that's in the car. No one gives a right? So Claris is trying to dumb it down so you buy a car. The problem is we bought a car, we wrecked the car, we wanted to get a new car, and the old car is still in my my driveway. I can't seem to get rid of it. So we're trying to figure that out. What we're going to do, you have your stage name right here. If you want to, now notice how you can move things around in Claris Studio. It's kind of cool. So we're building a form. It's building the table structure underneath. It's building the fields underneath. Claris has added a couple new features to this, which is kind of great. Let's say, does Nick's training meet your needs, right? So what we ought to do is probably put that in text. Let me grab that as text. What I think I should do is if I hold the mouse over here, it's a little sensitive. I put the mouse right there. There's a little plus that shows up. And I can say insert static objects. I want a text block. I don't want a field. So those should have said fields over there, but they didn't say fields. So let me try that again. Add. These are fields. Short field, long field, text block. Okay, I'm going to paste in here. How does Nick's live stream training meet, boy, that's really bad English, meet your needs, question mark. So it's like this broad thing. So then what I would want to do is make it like bigger or bolder or something like that. So let me see, alignment center, markdown supported. What the hell is markdown? Is that at Walmart when they mark down a price, that's markdown? What is markdown?
Markdown is a type of text formatting that you can use. It's so like titles or double equals in front of it or something like that. Stars to do like dots, unnumbered, bullet points and stuff.
So that does that. So let me add something else in here real quick. So we're going to do this. So we say
know what flavor
we
of
need
markdown
a
to
pop
use.
down, a drop down. Let's have a drop down. Rate Nick's awesome awesomeness. Okay, and this needs to be a pop down. So we click on it. Option A should be really great.
Oh, well, not equals, it's hashes, whatever. I'm gonna post this in Discord.
Yeah, do that for me. Really great. Uh, good.
Kind of
Okay. And then we have marginally competent. You know, that's definitely Nick. How do I add another one in here? Is the drop down
There was a little plus. Yeah, if you do the.
Oh, down at the bottom. Okay, there we go. Little plus. Of course, it got rid of my marginally competent. See, this is why it's late alpha software. Marginally competent. Okay, great. And then this one here sucks bad. Okay, so that's the Nick review. So you can select one of those, which will be great. If we want to preview this, I'm going to preview it, and we can start to share it with people. Why don't we do that? Sharing enabled. And you said, oh, I'm previewing it right now. So let me return. Would you say it's slash? Is that instead of equal? It's a, what is it, Jacob Taylor?
No, it's a pound character.
Oh, 2 pounds.
One pound and a space. Put a space. Yeah,
Space?
1 pound.
What does that do?
That makes it's like this.
Oh, holy shit. So this
That's
is
what it
like
does.
secret frog handshake stuff. So this is like secret, let's call it secret frog. So then you can make it bold. What if I want it to be purple and to blink? Is there purple? There used to be an HTML code that would say blink. Drove people nuts. It was like
they killed Blink actually.
I loved Blink. I learned Blink when it was 1993. Blink was awesome.
Paragraphs. I'm looking to see if they've got. I don't think there's coloring. I think you can do bold and stuff. Italics. It's just the basic formatting.
Okay, but check this out. They got a new thing here. So say that you say, does Nick meet your needs? And say that you really believe in what you're going to do. So you come down here, you can actually put a signature in here. It's a new thing that they have, right? So I swear this is true. Okay, great. Swear. I can't say swear. Swear. It's SWEAR. I tried to right click it and have it. There we go. Okay, great. So now I can, it's still shared. It should save automatically, right? So you folks should see this. We should have it work. If I come over to here and I go field definitions and I go relationships and I say, add a table in here from Claris Studio Data. I think this is it, right? No. Probably be better if I named it something correct.
We're back to the earlier problem of no one can access. They need to log in. So
it's enable. It's sharing a link. Can be anyone can with the link can view pages and submit data according to this.
I mean, that's cool. I clicked the link and it logged me out of my account.
Okay, that is the same link. So why did it not submit? So if I do something here,
I'm gonna try to click it now.
Page name, email. Awesomeness is great. Awesomeness is great.
Wait, you were looking at the community forum.
Signature. Here's a signature true. I'm going to say the frog. With 2 G's. Submit. Oh, I had sent invalid. Email at
fake.com.
Fake.com. There we go. Submit. Did it submit? Submit. Okay. So now that put data into the system theoretically. If I go back to views, it created a spreadsheet for me automatically. I have a signature in there. Do I have to, how do I add a field here? Rename table. Okay, here we go. Nick's live stream review. Okay, getting there, pretty cool. It's got a name now. I come over here into FileMaker and I go field definitions. I could, see, it renamed it right there. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete it, remove, I'm gonna add it back in. So I go to Claris Studio data source because I'm logged in with my account. I say next review. See, the problem is these are tables and samples I already built. I deleted them, but it leaves the structure under the hood. So I sent a question to Claris to see, hey, how's this work? And then you got that data there. I say, okay. And then it shows no data. This is an old day. Okay, so let me go to layout, create a new layout, I normally, when you put a table in or it adds it, but we didn't add a table. We added a table occurrence. Next, live stream reviews, Mongo. I'm going to call it Mongo ESS. So we know it's the Mongo. I wonder if I could put parentheses in here if it'll lose its mind. Computer. Oh, and the table has to be that. There we go. List view. Finish. Okay, well, put it there, but they didn't put any fields in there. If I say show me the data, the fields, there they all are. I put that in there. Okay, what the, okay, that really sucked. That was horrible. Try that again. All right, let's just stick it in the old fashioned way. Hang on. Oh, I have to select the sideways thing here.
This is why we call it senior engineer.
Oh my God. Ah! All right, so this is very frustrating. So I'm glad Andy Lacates is in here. He'd feel bad that he didn't know this, but I can just tell you. Okay, last name we didn't
There's
bother.
a button for
I
that.
think we dropped
That's
that.
fine.
Right, so yeah, there's a button for all this, but I don't have time to hunt for it. So we got the comments, we got that up there, the drop down, I guess we got that, and then we had this signature. I wanted to see what was going to happen with the signature, right? So
I think they don't.
it's a text. It came across as a text field. So
Oh, interesting.
yeah, if you read what it says, you can get it using a JSON. Really great. You're going to use, it's all super simple, stupid, but then when it comes over here, it's.
Oh, maybe it's a defined format on their end. That would be. I mean, that's very.
Oh, there it is. It made the
base
image
64
in a base 64. That is kind of cool.
Okay, so you could make a FileMaker container field that's an auto calc of the signature.
Yeah. I'm thinking that,
and
but
turn it into a real picture.
I don't do this enough. We could try this. You want to try this real quick? It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know about this, base 64 is where you take the contents of an image and you basically, like, it's a transporter, like we're back to this transport idea. You turn it into zeros and ones, but text, and you can beam it from point A to point B, and then you can rematerialize it. So what they did is they changed it to base 64. They beamed it down to our Star Trek transporter pad, and they didn't rematerialize the idea. So we have to manually rematerialize it. So, and if you read the little help thing over here that they had, it's right. Nope, not that one. Is it this one? Nope, not that one. This one. Yeah, here we go. They said, here's what's new. Started a couple days ago. Signature, please. To make it official, you have in Pro Apps, the signature data can be available JSON object with the metadata as a base 64 encoded signature. So you need to do base 64 de-encode, right? So what we want to do is come over here and well, okay, so
can you do that?
Because see, here's the deal with this. In our tables in here,
I mean, I know what I would do, but
these are pretend tables. So we would have to mirror the tables over, bring the data over, then convert it. So
if it's ESS allows local FileMaker side additions, right?
Yeah, you can.
But that's only a certain.
It could be an unstored calculation. It would work. Every time you ran it, it would start rematerializing everything on the list view, and there would be this giant turd of a performance problem. All right, so let me go in here real quick. So here we go. We're going to create this. We're going to say rematerialize the image. It'll be a calculation. Create. It'll have to be a container, and it needs to be base 64
decode,
and
then JSON get element,
and then what all this JSON?
Yeah,
You want me to? You're going to do this? You're going to walk me through this? You know how to do this?
Sure. Yeah.
JSON. What? Get element?
element. Yep.
Not,
Oh, you don't have MBS installed. That's right. It'll. You want JSON get element and then
JSON get element. Okay.
Yep.
And then
perfect. And then that JSON is going to be the field.
what? Okay,
The
that's
field that field name, yeah, signature.
yeah.
And then the key or index path. I didn't see it, so put double quotes for a moment and hit OK. We have to go look at our data viewer. We need to go look at the contents of the signature field because I didn't catch what the field name is. Sorry.
Okay. So I hit
but you'll put it in the double quotes.
Okay.
So
there we go. So there's that. We have browse
Yep.
mode.
So go look. All right, click into your, what's the name of it? Oh, it's just data. Okay.
All right. So we're gonna
Field
try
name is data. Yep. So put data in the quotes.
in there like that.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. I'm not a big JSON guy. This is a Kyle Williams thing. And
Maybe.
nothing happened.
Is that data capitalized correctly? I have to ask. No, you had a capital D. Has to be lowercase d.
It's case sensitive.
It is case sensitive.
I like this. All right, here we go. Try again.
Okay.
Now I have a question mark.
We have a question mark.
Okay.
Cool.
So, yeah. So
So
we're
not
trying
quite,
to do
but
this in flight for you in real time. Let me just for fun. If you just tell it the base, can you they said to use the JSON get element to get the data out of there. So the data. Hang on a
oh,
second.
I don't know what they said. It's JSON and we know the field name, so we can attempt to pull the data. This is just blind firing.
Yeah, we're just blind firing. Their thing said JSON object with metadata, basic and core image of the signature, right? So yeah, so
Someone in Discord telling me.
you know, it was
I'm
kind of
wrong.
funny the other day. One of my former engineers who doesn't work for me anymore was really concerned that Claris Studio was going to put professional developers out of business. Clearly, if Claris is expecting us to be able to talk to Mongo by using base 64 decode with JSON get element, the Bob the boat builder, the power users out there who think they're going to conquer the world with Claris Studio, you have nothing to fear. Those people are in deep shit, okay? Because they're not going to be able to get stuff to come back to FileMaker very easily. If this has to theoretically be somewhat easier, but it's not. Data, not data. Yeah, I did lowercase data, right? So it's pissed with me, right? So I don't know.
It's speculative. I don't know if that'll work. It's just.
Oh, actually, you know what it is? I think I forgot something here. Base 64 decode. Oh, I don't have all the options in here. I need there's the first piece, and then I need the file.
Yeah, but the curly braces means it's optional, right? So you don't need it.
Anyone
You can put it in there.
Data, not data. Just wondering.
Is it base 64 decode RFC? Are we using the wrong one? Because there was two base 64 decodes.
I don't know. If it's data.
I haven't done it. Oh, RFC number.
Yeah, but still unhappy with me. All right, cool. So just open the data viewer and ask for the JSON keys. Oh, right. We actually had Ruben do that. Yeah, Ruben, I'm not that kind of guy, right? I fly helicopters. I'm an instructor. I don't do JSON get elements with Kyle's access here. Okay, Ruben, walk me through it. Let's do it. There we go. Wait a minute. Claris Pro is set for not advanced tools. Excuse me while I quit and reopen my file. Okay. We're back. Okay. So then we say, what'd you say?
Is he having JSON list keys? Is that?
Yeah.
Yep. Yes. Okay, cool. That's what he's suggesting. Cool. So yeah, do watch, do plus.
Do plus. Here we go. Okay.
Then you're going to do JSON list keys. You may have to, there it is.
Keys. Okay.
Yep. And then your JSON is going to be that signature field.
The signature field. Except it's record specific, but I'm on the current record, right? So is there more in there that I need besides that?
There's two things. You can have a key list. Usually, so you do semicolon and then look at it. So key or index path.
Key and path. So what I do?
Semicolon, double quote. Double quote means none.
Okay.
Or root or don't.
There we go. Semicolon.
Delete that.
What, a semicolon? Oh, there it goes. Okay, so we have data, color, data, and TS.
Timestamp.
Okay, so timestamp. So color, do we care about the color so much? I mean, it's kind of over
That's
here.
the HTML you can see at the top.
Oh, that's
What
that little
color did they
difference
sign
there,
with? Black,
timestamp and then
apparently.
data. So data should work, right? So yeah,
So
what we
that
did should work, right? Now replace the quote with data. Oh, I see what you're saying. Wow. Okay.
data won't have any
That's
keys.
interesting. Nothing came back.
No.
You're doing this wrong.
Data has no subkeys. Data is a key value. So you have a key, which is data, and the value, which is the data, the image data.
Okay. I learned XML back in the day. I never learned JSON. So it's kind of my thing. So
I've been intentionally working with it recently because it's fun and easy. But you have to learn it
right
the
up your
first
alley.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to learn it the first time. That's there, but after that, it's pretty natural.
Mhm.
With new Pro, like they fixed what dot syntax correctly in 19.4 or 5. It works logically. It's things are sane to use in FileMaker completely. So
Okay, so when we did the calculation over here, was this calculation correct or was this calculation not correct?
we probably messed it up. So what I don't know is if you can actually set it into the field like that in FileMaker. What we attempted to do is, so the encoding that they have given you that's in that JSON field. So if you just did the JSON get element data, that is the same encoding, that base64 notation is that what you'd use in HTML. I'm not going to try and write it into a web viewer, but that is the other thing that you might try doing with that. So
okay, so there it did. It just grabbed. So it is grabbing the
Yeah.
text, right? So
Yep.
maybe it's encoded in a way that's.
That's like data format like you'd put into a web viewer. So you could try setting the contents of a web
Yeah,
viewer.
so that's working. So that's what we just did. That's working, right? Yep. So that was from Stu or Ruben or whatever. Yeah. So it's getting us here. It's just not. It is a PNG. It's base 64. So why are we having the decode? Here's the thing. Keep in mind. Okay, back up a second. Let me just try something here real quick, because here's the thing. We're doing this through ESS, which is ESS is this weird tech that's always been slow as test 2. What I'm going to do is I'm going to define, of course, I'm going to go in here and see it adds all that. When I create a brand new file, it goes into all the we've ever created in Studio and brings it in as if we want that. Yes, delete. All right, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a table. I'm going to call it test image. I'll just call it images. Okay, I'm going to create it. I'm going to go in here. It puts this other. I'm just going to delete that. I don't want to deal with it. I want the base 64. Okay, I'm going to put that as text. I'm going to create an image, right? And if I'm going to say create
Probably
the
wants to
image.
be a container.
Yeah, but it's a calculation that'll be a container. Create. So the output's going to be a container, and then we do the base 64 decode, and then we would just do the base 64. Would that be enough for it to basically work if we put the right base 64 in there? Would that work?
I'm assuming.
Anyone stop, yell at me. They don't give you controls over that stuff, right? Oh God.
Yeah, I think Jim's correct.
I'm not reading what Jim said. What Jim say?
He said you got to lose the stuff at the front because it has a MIME type, which is what kind of data it is.
So yeah, so where would I get the data for the basics for? Just this stuff right here?
Take the image data out of the front. Yeah. Yeah, or copy it out. That's fine.
I'm just going to copy and move it to the other file because I'm not sure.
Starting at I.
Wait a minute. There's a thing at the end that might be an illegal. I'm pretty sure that's an illegal.
It's illegal. Yes. You'll take the quote out.
Okay, hang on.
A record.
Paste. Yep. I'm going to go. I'm going to get rid of
delete the last two.
And
the quote. There you go.
Progress.
That's PNG data. That's what it looks like if it's like binary displayed to you. So it's not what you want, but that's correct.
Okay, but we're trying to do base 64 decode, right? So that was what that was. So it's.
Yeah, you now have, that's what you actually have. You have the raw binary PNG.
Okay.
In a container, which is not what, I mean, that's kind of what we told it to do. That's actually really funny.
Semicolon is a semicolon, then it's what, a .png? Is that what
File
we would
name,
do?
yeah. You want a file name?
Oh, hey. Okay, so we decoded it. So for those of you wondering how we do this, there we go. Yeah, file. Okay, so yeah, frogs are nice. So the question is can I get? See, remember this is a local file with local data. We established that this works. So then what we need to do is come back over to this
So
file.
add the file name.
Mm,
Two things. One is add the file name because we don't
Okay.
have that.
uh,
You need to base 64. Yeah, put a base 64 decode around that.
Okay, base 64 decode. Okay, we'll put and then
Yep.
we need the
Add a file name.
the semicolon, and then it's what he said. What's
File.png.
PNG?
It doesn't matter. It's so that it knows it's a PNG.
Yeah.
I think that's why it's not displaying it right the other way. All right, and then
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
so go look in your JSON. Take your data : image PNG off the front. So no, take.
So we told to get JSON
can't
to get
draw.
element. To get element's not working, right?
No, you have extra stuff at the front.
Okay.
Remember how we took it IVBOR right there?
Okay.
So delete part of it.
So what I need to do, but I can't delete it. That's set in. Well.
Substitute. If
I
you
can-
want. If you don't want to damage the data, substitute.
Yeah.
Copy.
Okay. Select all. What?
You're
Copy.
Nope.
No.
You're gonna copy right there. I can't direct you. So you need to
There.
start. You need to start at the data field and then go to the image PNG base 64 and end at the comma. And that is what you need to sub out.
Okay. So
Am I
this.
allowed to control? No,
Okay.
not the whole thing, because we are. So do you see? Hold your mouse right there.
Yeah.
That data to the left of your mouse, that is the field name that we are selecting with
Correct.
the JSON get element.
Which
That
isn't
is the
working.
key,
Yeah.
and then the
Yeah.
value is all the other crap.
All the other. It
So
starts right
we
there
want
and
to
it goes
take
down,
that.
right?
Yes. And then to the base 64 in the comma, we're subbing it out.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
Copy.
Okay. And
Then
then
go into our field definition and
got it.
we're going
I
to add a
follow what you're
substitute.
saying now. Yeah,
Yep.
this is really good training for people who think now we need to put that. Where are we going to put that
You're
at?
going to put that around the JSON get element. Yeah, figure it out first.
Yeah.
But we're going to substitute that around the JSON get element.
Copy search string is going to be that. Replace with nothing, right?
Yep.
And then we put this whole thing in.
JSON get element goes in the text.
Into that text, yeah. Copy.
Yep. And then you sub that in. Try that.
Happens. Ah. Yeah. So there you go. So understand that this table here with these records, and if one of you I don't know why the public isn't working on this. I guess I don't know. But we had a public thing and we turned it on.
Someone asked a good question about that, which is, does it matter if you do it from the preview dialog on Studio versus some other location that you might
Probably. Let's go back and look at that real quick since we figured out how that works. Hopefully some of you are getting value out of this and learning this a little bit, because all of this applies back to FileMaker, right? Whether we're using Studio or whatever. So I go to views. It says public. I'm going to say edit. I'm going to say share. Public sharing is enabled. So what do we want to do? Because it seems like it's going here, right? For the public.
What's one of the questions? I'm wondering about credentials. You did preview, then created and copied the link. Yes. What if you link from production, not preview?
Production or preview? You mean over share here?
Yeah.
Copy that link. Is that link the same? I'm going to give it to you, Margaret.
Go to
well, it logged me out last time because I was logged in. I'm logged in as Haley,
click
right?
the little dots on the form. Nope, go back. There's little on the views, on the big views tab. There's dots.
That one?
Yep. That's not the one we were working on. It's the form one, but is that the same dialogue when you pop it
when
up?
you create the form over here, oh, I see. It creates when you create a form, it creates the backend table. It also creates a spreadsheet that shows you what's in the backend table, right? So it does this automatically. So this is the NIC Nick review spreadsheet, and this is the Nick review web form. Okay.
Yep.
So I created this, and I automatically created the table, and I automatically created the spreadsheet so you could see the data submitted. And so you want me to do is click on this one and modify public, but it says it's enabled, right? So
Yeah, they are saying that no, it does not work. They can't see the web review form.
what about users? Do we need to do anything with users in here? Manager? No.
Like, do you need like a general user? Like,
You know, it's just, see, the
Public is
problem is
public.
you can't tell.
Do modify public sharing. And that is
same
Okay.
thing.
I could shut it off and then turn it
back on again.
Click on.
Copy that link. Paste
Okay,
it.
link copied, done.
Put it wherever it goes. Yeah, that one takes me right to it immediately.
So,
Did you really need to turn it on and off again?
yeah, I had to turn it off. So there was some sort of flag that was set in their system where it said public, but it wasn't public. And so we turned it off, turned it back on, it reset the flag on their end and enabled it somehow. No, this is, listen, you all are seeing where we're at. So if you wanted to know what was going on, they're adding features. They're like, if you think about the signature thing, it's great they did this. The fact that you have to do gymnastics in Pro to get it to show up is stupid, but they're guaranteeing us all employment. Because if they make it so only a nuclear scientist can figure this out, then we're all going to have a job. It's not a problem. Ruben says, so other question, does a record have a unique identifier? Oh, have they put one in yet? My guess is no. Why don't we go in here and look? I didn't see anything about CAPTCHA, right? We talked about this the other day, right? So I guess that's how Claris keeps everyone from submitting penis pictures, is to just shut off public access, even though it says it's public. This is awesome. If I hit plus, that adds a field. Okay.
That means your form is extremely secure.
Yeah, the form is
Right?
so secure that no one can use it. It's awesome. It's like having a stealth fighter that is locked in a bunker that no one actually is rated to fly and even knows how to start up. It's like super secure.
Nice gift, David Angel.
The world is flat. We got it public working in a session.
We did get it working earlier in a session. I remember we had to do something weird. I don't remember what it was.
Well, I could turn it on and off again, but let's see, sort dash.
I wonder my
entity.
mine works.
Table actions. Ooh, they use the word T. Create a dashboard. All right, let's go back to the views.
When I put that link in, it works. I just did it in an incognito window, so it's definitely not like a cookie problem. Interesting.
Okay, Margaret, do you want to try it? Make sure you're logged out and then put it, you know what an incognito is in Chrome? I guess I could.
Yeah, I know. I've got
Or
incognito.
private in Safari or whatever.
Yeah, new
Yeah.
incognito window.
Does private do the same thing as incognito in Safari?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so
Every browser has their own name for it, but it's the same thing.
okay, so here I am, I got my link.
And the important part of it is it's got a separate cookie jar.
Oh. Well, does it hate people who like frogs?
It
Is
must
I
hate
think
the
like
frog
everyone
lovers.
was having issues with it.
Stage name. Submit.
On my incognito window, it wants a login. So
Really?
yes,
To that page just now?
yes.
Wait. How? Oh, wait a minute. Hang on for a moment. I
Can
thought
it be regional, like USA only?
oh, there it is.
It's a good question,
No.
Michelle Grab. We've got like Texans who can't log in, and they.
Texans can't log in. Well, yeah, Texas is not part of the United States anyway. I'm actually very much a Texan at heart, so I'm just messing with you guys. But yes,
It's not
Yeah,
regional in that way.
no, it's this is
They have one region the code runs in, which merely means if you're in Malaysia, you have to go all the way across the fucking ocean to get there.
hey, look at that. So,
Nice.
by the way, keep in mind that as I render this screen, it has to reprocess all this. And if you had a list of 1,000 of these or 5,000 in a list, it would go right process. It doesn't cache it. It doesn't save it. This gets back to performance basics. I would love to meet you folks sometime. I really would. You guys, there's a really great crew here, and I'm glad you're here, and hopefully you get some value out of this. If there's anything I could do to ever help you, I know every once in a while people email me and ask for me ideas or opinions, things like that. I'm happy to answer that. So, yeah, anything I could do honestly to help you folks. By the way, as a side note, real quick, things that I control. So I don't control any of this, and no one listens to me, and they just do what they want. Clarice, do you think Clarice comes to me in the day and says, "Hey, what can we do?" She doesn't ever ask my opinion. She just does what she wants. But things I control, FM starting point, the CRM, the place where you start your new project. 2022 is close. We should call John Hogle. Margaret, can you send him a quick Zoom request? Tell him the CEO would like to talk to him if he's not on a meeting.
Yes.
Take the
Should I
Zoom and send it to
inform
him.
him that like it's public that we're live.
No, he'll just figure it out when he shows up. So, yeah, because what I want to do, yeah, because I want to make sure that because the things that I control are starting points and sample files and things like that. But yeah, we have a new version of the starting point. It'll look like the one that Nick's done, except it'll be somewhat more easy to understand, somewhat less Nickified, shall we say. There's
Yes, sir, I am here.
John Hogle, are you there?
Yes, sir.
What I want to do is I want to ask you about FM starting point, and you're in charge of the awesomeness. So would you like to give everyone here an update on what you're doing and why we should care on starting point and how close it is to being done, kind of? Or testing?
Yeah, so the new version of FM Starting Point, it has a completely redesigned UI, taking advantage of some more of Nick's advanced features that make it a little bit easier to use, makes it look a lot smoother and more professional, and makes it
Would you like to show it to us real quick? We got like 3 minutes here. Would you like to show it?
I can.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. It's Hogs. It's the Hogle. Bad developer right there, folks, just so you know.
This is the new version of Starting Point, and it's got a lot of...
It looks a lot like it looks like the light one a lot. So you want to drill into a little bit or show us what we're doing here? Or?
Yeah, so it does take advantage of a lot of the things that Light does, and it uses these tabs to a little bit more effect. You got a smoother transition between these addresses and billing and shipping. Everything's pretty clear. It's all your buttons look real nice. You can tell that you can't go to this website because it's darker than these other two that really pop. Things like that are just more intuitive design that just makes it look really professional, but also at a glance I can already tell this is what this does and this won't work, for instance. And so as you
question, how much is this?
This is a completely free product.
That's amazing. Okay. All right.
Yeah, so as you go through here, you got your status updates. You can see them all change over here. Things that just really make everything at a glance and easier and more simple for people to use their data effectively.
Right.
In terms of progress of things that are going on, I'm working on some of the features that are in the enhanced version.
Because we do the QuickBooks integration with that, right? The enhanced one. We moved that to the enhanced one.
Yes, sir, and that is
yeah. So for those of you who don't understand, the standard one is free, the light one's free. The enhanced one has a couple little things in it that are useful. Some people want it, so we bundle that with our training if you're interested in that. But for most people, they don't need it, to be honest with you. So
yeah, so the QuickBooks process is what I'm currently working on, trying to smooth that out and make it a lot easier for people to use. I feel like a lot of people have come to me and said, hey, this is what I want to do. Can I use it with Starting Point? I see that you guys have an integration with it. And I usually have to tell them, well, there's, all these steps you have to take, and I'm going to have to walk you through setting everything up. And I'm trying to mitigate the amount of interaction that is needed to get at least the basic parts of it working.
Okay, well, just keep in mind that just getting QuickBooks going, even understanding how QuickBooks does math and does accounting and stuff is different than what a lot of people who are self-taught do, the way they calculate taxes and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's not a QuickBooks. It doesn't matter whether FileMaker's involved or not. It's not a quick 5-minute exercise. If you have an organization, you're going to have a person who at least half of their job is going to be QuickBooks related.
Absolutely.
if you think it's going to be someone, you're just going to do this in 5 minutes a day in your spare time. For those of you who are consultants, Ruben, Stu, people you're out there consulting, helping people, whatever. QuickBooks is some effort. It's some effort, takes some time just to understand how the hell it does math. Because here's the rub with it. The first time it does math and you figure out how they calculate taxes like sales tax or VAT on a product. So you try to figure out how they do it. They don't really tell you how they do it, but then you figure it out and you're like, well, that's a little different than the way we would do it in FileMaker. And it results in these like an invoice where the tax will be 5 or 6 cents difference. Well, the governments of the world accept QuickBooks as the official, like, approved math, right? So if QuickBooks reports to the U.S. government or your tax accounting people that an invoice was $1,000 and it had 58 cents of tax, and you show it was $999 with 25 cents of tax, it's off by $1 or half of 1% or 1/10 of 1%. They're going to wonder why your numbers are off, and it might trigger an audit where they come down and look at you. So you have to figure out how they do the math and make sure that your FileMaker processes follows that, right? Because things like that come up. It's things that I would never think of, but they do taxes. And it's basically rounding errors, right? They calculate tax on a per line basis, then they total it up at the bottom. Whereas if I was doing FileMaker, you'd add up the subtotal and all those are taxable, and then you'd attach the tax at the subtotal level, not on the individual line item total. Well, that introduces a rounding error. Okay, we'll get a rounding error. So the little things that show up to kind of mess with your day. It's like if Ruben drops frogs on you in the middle of live stream, it's not bad. It's just disconcerting that you have this difference and you're having financial problems and you didn't even try to generate a financial problem. It's one thing if you're like a tax weasel, you're trying to find a way, you're just trying to be like legit and pay the taxes and you want the numbers to match so it doesn't trigger the government to come down and visit you, right? And if you don't understand how QuickBooks works, your FileMaker will do it differently. Anyway, that's good with the frog. Well, I want to say thank you to all you folks. The live streams are here, and I really appreciate what you do, and I really mean that. I would love to meet all of you personally. For what it's worth, I will be at Pause on Air in 3 weeks. I'm sure 1 or 2 people will show up there, but if you're around, I mean, you've already bought tickets or not. Since there's not a real FileMaker Developer Conference, and this will be the only U.S. conference that actually kind of really occurs. It's a little bit of a hippie jam fest. Meanwhile, we're trying to figure out what we're going to do for Pause, if we're going to do anything that week. If I have suggestions from some of you, sounds like Nick might not be coming to Pause, in which case he can still do what he does. So anyway, for the record, if you folks have questions beyond Claris Studio and you have open-ended questions, if you want to shoot me a question during the week to support, if you want like an immediate answer, say, hey, I really need an answer on this like right now, say that in your email, but shoot me an email, support@rcconsulting.com, and I will respond immediately and or give it to Jacob. He'll respond, or we'll save it for Friday. If you say, hey, this is an open-ended question, can you handle it on a Friday when you do an open Q&A? We'll do that for you, okay? I'm happy to answer questions. A lot of times I have an answer. It could save you a lot of work. Sometimes I don't know the answer. I'll tell you it's a hard answer, right? So, and if you have a frog question or about Oracle, I will send you to Ruben. He is awesome. All right, guys, that's it for Friday. Mr. Taylor, Mr. Hogle, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Oh, I get a yep. Let's try that again. Take 2, action. Jacob Taylor, that's really great. Thanks for the help today.
Yeah, thank you. It was a pleasure to be here.
There we go. Much better. Got a report of an individual up here who maybe a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir!